Our standardbred racehorses give us everything they have on the track. Today, we're in Richwood, Ohio at the new Vocations facility as we catch up with 3 millionaires who are headed into their career after racing. New Vocations, 30 plus years of dedication to the aftercare of standardbreds. That you guys have done a tremendous job. And standing with us now is DW's New York Yank, a Burke connection trotter that has had a heck of a run throughout his career, and your recent donation to you guys, and you have to be excited to have him.
Yes. Anytime that you get a horse in that's earned over $1 million, it's an exciting day at New Vocations. We love all of our retirees coming off the track, but when you have the opportunity to work with one that's earned $1 million plus, you just jump at it. So we were thrilled with the connections. A wonderful owner, Hannah from Pennsylvania, reached out and had this horse for about a year. Had gotten him from Burke Racing and had just loved and adored him, but due to some changes in her life needed to rehome him. He also, his little claim to fame is that he did the racing under saddle with Chantel Sutherland.
Yes, he certainly was impressive back then. You guys, being an accredited STA member, tell us a little bit about what it takes to be an accredited member of STA.
So we're very honored to have our accreditation. Once again, this is our third year being accredited by the Standardbred Transition Alliance. And really what that means is that they come, they visit all of our facilities, they visit those farms, they talk with our veterinarians we work with, they talk with myself and our trainers. You have to be transparent about everything. You have to be a 501c3 in good standing. They want to know your inventory. They want to know who's adopting your horses. So they're looking at contracts, and they're looking at freeze brands, microchip numbers, making sure horses match up. It's a lot of paperwork, but it's really, really good to have that due diligence in these programs so that you know exactly where horses are going. But we're grateful to the STA for their continued support because that's funding for this program. That funding pays the bills and the board and the training on the standardbreds.
The Morgan family, very deep in the roots of harness racing. What does it mean for you guys and of course your mom to be able to give this aftercare?
Yeah, it's pretty special. It's not something that I thought I would ever do. I'm a sixth generation harness horseman, and obviously these horses paid my bills my entire childhood, put me through college. So I feel like I owe a lot to them. And when I had the opportunity and saw what my mom had kind of created, I really wanted to be a part of it. I have a strong riding horse background and showed horses my entire life, and just love the standardbreds. I thought they could do just about anything. And so in 2004, I had the opportunity to start boarding our first standardbreds when we opened my farm in Michigan. And it's just been amazing. It's been a great ride, but I'm really blessed to get to help these guys transition to something else. Their racing days are done, and that's been a great part of their life. What they learn at the track is so important because it makes my job really easy. Basically, we just get them used to a rider and what it means to be a riding horse, and that skill is really what sells them. I mean, if they have a skill, then they're worth something to someone. And the word is, gotten out. It's gotten out like in 1994 when we first started. People love riding the standardbred. So it's not a new thing, but it's great to see Aftercare in the spotlight.
We caught up with the connections of all three millionaires to talk about their life during racing and on the track, and now as they head into retirement.
Pick-a-Deck Terry was the most professional racehorse we've ever had. If there's any horse that anybody could drive or anybody could train, it was him. He was very rank on the track, jogging, and was very hard to handle. But then when you turned him to the gate, he was a complete professional, did everything right. Probably one of the best looking horses you'll ever see in harness. Beautiful animal, tall, long, just a beautiful horse.
He was absolutely classy and as professional as a horse you'd ever want to be, that's for sure. But he had his quirks, he, even from day one when Bill got him, he wanted to do it his way.
I'd go on the track and he'd go Mach 3. He'd go as fast as I couldn't even try to hold him because I couldn't hold him. And I'd always go to the outrider, and about 10 feet before he's seen the outrider, he would just slow down and he would just put his head right in the lap of the outrider. And he ponied like a true professional that he is. They were handicapped the outside every single week. DW's New York Yank, he had the 8-hole all the time, which he could overcome it with his gate speed. However, Pick-a-Deck Terry didn't have the gate speed, and he still overcame the outside post. So for them to do what they did at Yonkers especially, is truly amazing.
Now, these horses we're on today, they've had some riding experience, a few of them, but now when you get one fresh that doesn't have had a saddle yet, what kind of is step one?
Brand new, we take them and, they're familiar with the cross ties. They spend a lot of time cross tied, so we do everything there. Introduce them to a saddle with a girth because it snugs up just a little bit different, and then they lunge a little bit, and not a ton, just enough to let them feel the saddle and the way that they're going to be carrying things around. And then depending on how quickly they acclimate to it, most of them are pretty quick, then I will take them to the mounting block and stand next to the mounting block. And that's usually where they have their biggest, what is this moment? Somebody standing up over their back. That's not, not what they usually see, and they don't have any blinders on, so they see me. And I'll lean and I'll throw a leg up there and I'll bounce up and down and make a lot of noise.
But what are some of the disciplines that you want them to go on and that you've had high success of them learning after racing?
So I was astounded at just how many different things they take to, and of course each horse is its own thing, but we certainly have a lot of trail and pleasure riders, but we have hunter jumper riders. I have some that have gone on to be successful dressage horses. The gaited horse riders like to show as well, and so we have saddle seat riders, we have riders that do racking shows, we have I have adopted several out to be mounted shooting horses. We have police horses that have come from our program, and it's really just neat to kind of let them tell me what do they think they want to go on and do, because they are just incredibly intelligent and easygoing and up for a new adventure.
It's just so cool that we all get to team up and with USTrotting and New Vocations and just set an example for what there can be in store for these wonderful horses out their life after racing.
Absolutely. I love to get the opportunity to get standardbreds in front of people that maybe would not have thought about them as their personal horse prior to interacting with New Vocations or with myself. I adopted one of our horses for that reason specifically, and we take him to a variety of horse shows where he's been shown in hunter jumper events as well as a variety of all-around events, including pushing cattle. And everybody is pleasantly surprised when they find out that he's a standardbred. Again, they pick up on it pretty quickly. They're such workmanlike horses in general that they want to do their job for you. And as soon as they figure out what you're asking, they will go to the ends of the earth to do it.